on to adults for the moment, it would seem to me there are many adults suffering in silence at the moment, suffering from a lack of hope, lives of quiet desperation, so to speak. You mentioned the signs in young people. If I have a partner or I have a friend, are they the similar signs that I would possibly look out of in a friend that may be possibly suffering, and I wouldn't be able to tell unless I saw some of those signs? And are the signs of someone transitioning into a depressive mode the same as what would happen with a young person?
They are pretty much the same kind of issues and sort of symptoms that you see. I feel that it's our responsibility to build relationships with the people around us that allow them the ability to talk openly. So if I have any concerns about anybody in my circle, I will find an appropriate way to try and approach and check in with that person. Obviously, it's up to that person to decide whether they want to open up or share. But if I notice subtle changes in someone's behavior, perhaps they are drinking alcohol more than usual or excessively, if they are overeating, these are kind of things that may indicate that there's something going on. This person is unhappy with some aspect of their life, and one must be sensitive in how one kind of approaches these things. But I feel that we should not ignore when we notice these kinds of changes in our friends. If we know of things that are going on in our friends and our family situations, for instance, if someone's been through bereavement, obviously that's something we know will affect most people quite dramatically. But I feel it's often months and weeks way after the funeral, way after that loss, that the full effect of what's happened can hit someone. So be vigilant, be caring, be compassionate in checking in with people, particularly after they've encountered some traumatic event in their life. Because often when the event has just happened, everyone's there to support and offer help, but it's usually that time, that moment when everything's kind of settled down, that person starts to feel the greater effects of being alone, feeling the fullness of that sadness and that loss. And so being vigilant, being there, being aware of what that person potentially could be going through is often very useful, very helpful in recognizing that someone could be entering into depression or some other mental health issue.
How does someone's language sometimes change when they're suffering from depression? Because that could be a key indicator, just hearing the way someone's speaking in a different way.
Absolutely, and that's a very good one, Ken, because often people become hopeless. And so often when you start to engage in conversations about their future aspirations, hopes and desires, it is often usually negative. They can't, if they're single, they often talk about they feel that it's never going to happen for them, they're never going to meet that partner. And just generally their type of conversation is usually of a negative vibe. And that's usually quite a good indicator that someone is feeling hopeless or not in a great place.
For more videos, tips and advice, why don't you join the Make Health Your Habit family on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. Remember, when you make health your habit, you can live longer, feel stronger and look younger.